Yo, what is up everybody? RAFAELANTIHERO here. Welcome back to yet another video. Today we're going to talk all about the iPhone 6s. Should you buy it in 2020? Is it worth it? And where did you get one? Yep, I just got one. Oh, and welcome to the first episode of RAFAELANTIHERO Reviews. It feels so good to be back, and boy, it has been a crazy year we're having. It's so crazy that last month I somehow smashed my iPhone, which I had for 2 years. Yeah, that's nasty. I did it. Somehow. But we're not here about why I broke this or how I broke this. We're here because I switched from this to this. Now for me, it only made sense to upgrade to the iPhone 6s. You could argue that I could get the iPhone 7 and some other newer iPhones out here, but I have not been a fan of any iPhone after the iPhone 7. I feel like that was the last iPhone that is really worth buying, in my opinion, of course. Now with all that being said, let's move on to the pros and cons. Pro number one for the iPhone 6s is you can buy it in an absolutely affordable price and it offers you great value, especially in 2020 because of the fact that it is no longer being sold by Apple since September 2018. You can now buy it anywhere. You can get your 64GB version today for just an affordable price of 6,800 BHP. That's according to price.ph. It may vary from shop to shop. It will add up depending on the memory that you want, but pretty much that's the price point. The iPhone 6s specifications are absolutely great even in 2020. You can record 4K at 30 frames per second, although I'm not really gonna do that. That might be an option for me in the future when I have the software actually edit the 4K footage. But for now, I'm just gonna stick to 180p, 30 frames per second. And of course, we have the A9 chip for as long as the iPhone 6s has been around. It has been a really fast processor. Now these specifications matter to me as a user because I like to shoot videos and edit videos. I need a great quality camera. It's not a DSLR, it's not one of those plug-in cameras, but it will absolutely do. If I want to edit on the phone, I want to have a processor that can handle it, because I do edit some little graphics sometimes, so that is a big plus for me. That is pro number one. Okay, pro number two is the iPhone 6s has a classic aesthetic design. Let's just be honest for a second here. This phone is beautiful. Even in 2020, the iPhone 6s has a design that is classic and timeless. Now back in the day, in my college days, this was like a status symbol. If you had an iPhone 6s, you were up there with the wealth. The space gray version is one of the most aesthetic, in my opinion, and especially exemplifies the things that I'm saying in this pro. Okay, pro number three is the perfect screen size. Now this is a little bit of a personal preference, as all of my pros and cons mostly are. It has a 4.7-inch display. It's absolutely perfect. It's not too big like the iPhones of today, and not too small like the iPhone 4S or even the 5S. Now this absolutely was one of the deciding points for me. I didn't want to have a bulky phone, and I didn't want to have an ultra small pocket phone. And if you agree with me, you can comment down below. If you disagree with me, you can also comment down below. Let's start a conversation. I will reply to each and every one of you who comments in my videos. Okay everyone, so it's time for the cons. Let's get negative. The first con is iOS support is coming to an end. Now, the iPhone 6s just made a cut this year to be included in the iOS 14, which is the next iOS after iOS 13, and all the devices that made the cut were supported by the iOS 13 before. I'm a little happy that it made the cut, but honestly, it doesn't do anything for me. It's just that I'm never a guy that is wowed by all these amazing features. I kind of appreciate them in my own time. For context, I upgraded the iPhone 6 to iOS 12.4 just 2 months ago before I smashed it, and even way before that. It had great value for me. I was able to do everything that I needed to do. iOS support is good and all. It has a lot of new features, but for me personally, it's not a deal breaker. And now let's move on to con number 2, which is battery life. Now we know that the iPhones have been known for their shorter battery life. If you're a heavy user, you couldn't last a day and you're always dragging your power bank with you. It improves a little each year, but at the same time, this is one of the things that you just need to accept when you're buying an iPhone. Now, in my opinion, the battery life has to do with how you use your iPhone, how many apps do you use. If any device is overworked, the battery will suffer. That being said, there are a couple of things that might help you maximize your battery life. The first thing that I would say is go to the settings. You gotta turn off these notifications and all these things that eat up the battery of the phone. You gotta turn that off. If you would like me to make a video about that, just comment down below, because that's what I did with my iPhone 6. Up until now, it has an 85% maximum capacity. The second option is just invest in another battery. If you think that your iPhone battery is faulty or it drains too fast, get the battery replaced. And once you do that, the battery is new, and also make sure the battery is legit. Okay, now con number 3 is finding a legit store. The iPhone 6s can be bought pretty much anywhere in the online marketplace: Facebook, Shopee, Lazada, and even ebay.ph. The problem with this is there are shops that sell misleading, low quality or refurbished iPhones, which are, in my opinion, not worth your money, because you work hard for your money, so you should be able to get the best value out of that. Which brings us to today's video. I'm going to tell you where I got my iPhone 6s, what's the name of the store, where can you find them, and how much is it. How can you order yours today? So I got this bad boy from a store called iPhone Madness. It is an online store. You can find them on Facebook, Shopee, and even Lazada. But for me, I actually stumbled upon them in Shopee, because that's the first website that I always look at when I want to buy affordable and good value things. But like I said, there are a lot of misleading shops out there. So I had to read the description, and as I was reading the description, something caught my eye and got me interested in buying their iPhones. They have no negative reviews since 2009. They assure you that the iPhone unit that you will get is smooth. That means 99 to 100% smooth and no dents. So it's smooth inside and outside. And the second thing that they assure you is that it has no issue. Everything is working. You can plug any SIM card in this iPhone because it's factory unlocked. It has no replaced parts. And number 3, it is a complete set. Complete means complete, which means you will get the full box, you will get some freebies. They even go as far as to say if it's fake, it's free. But I didn't want to wait 2 to 3 days. Shopee delivers locally in Manila for 2 to 3 days. I want to have my iPhone now. I found in the description they have an FB page, because it's easier to make a deal in Facebook than it is in Shopee. So I immediately go to Facebook and I type iPhone Madness. I find the shop, I message the seller, and after a while the seller responded. Her name is Camille Bayan, and we were able to make a conversation or a deal that would enable me to have a same-day delivery, COD. The seller really went out of her way to find a driver so that it could happen the very next day. And I only had to add 200 pesos. So we got the deal done, and I'm very excited about my phone. I even didn't sleep the night before. We're gonna go ahead to when it arrived. What does it look like inside? Because I could tell you all about it, but it's better if I show you, so I'm gonna take you to the unboxing. So guys, that is what is inside the box and the little iPhone bag that they have. Okay, so let's talk about price. Bought this bad boy for 10,000 pesos. Definitely a steal of a deal. You got the smooth iPhone unit, you got the box, you got the freebies. If at this point you're still not convinced, we're gonna take it one step further. We're gonna do a legitimacy test on this iPhone to see if it is really legit. So the first test is the iOS version. So let's go ahead and check. I'm just gonna screen record it for you. We're going to go to General, okay, About, and you can see the software version is 13.5.1, and the memory is 128 GB. So software version, check, 13.5.1, updatable. Now the second test is the battery test. Let's check the battery if it's legit, and I've actually used it for some time now. And if I haven't mentioned, they test the batteries 3 times. Go to settings, go to battery health. Okay. Now the maximum capacity, and I've had it for almost 3 weeks now, is still 100%, and I haven't done any setting yet. So every feature or every little animation is still on, and it is still 100%. I'm really happy with that. It always lasts me up until a whole day, and the charging time is about, depending on the charger you're using, it's gonna take about 2 to 3 hours to get full 100%. The battery is definitely legit. So the third test, the camera test. For this camera test, I just want you to reference the intro of this video. This was shot on the iPhone 6s almost exclusively. Let's show the clips without the color grade on. Alright, so that's the video quality. And for those tech nerds out there, okay, I'm gonna show it for you. And here is how much you can record on this iPhone to see if it is really legit. 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second. If you're not satisfied with the video, what about the photo? I'm gonna pull up a couple for you. This was from a trip that we had. We had a chiropractic adjustment. I'm gonna make a video all about that, but here's the photo at BGC. Here's also a photo of me at home using this very background, and that's the rear camera. What about the selfie? What about that? Okay, I'm gonna pull up a couple of selfies for you, like this one and this one, so you can see the quality is amazing. Now the next test is gonna be the connectivity test. How fast does it connect to the Wi-Fi, and how fast does it connect to a Bluetooth? First thing is the Wi-Fi. How fast does it connect to the Wi-Fi? Now I'm gonna pull up the slide up menu or the swipe up menu. I'm gonna get there. Let's see how long it takes to pick up the Wi-Fi from my house. Okay, just like that, I'm connected. Let's check my YouTube channel. There we go. There we go, it's connected. Okay, everything's working. Let's actually play a video. All right. Okay, so that's good. If you want to watch this video, it's just on my channel. Wi-Fi check. What about the Bluetooth check? I'm gonna pull up my earbuds. How fast does it take from the iPhone to the Bluetooth? How long does it connect? I'm gonna get my Bluetooth earbuds. And actually, if you're interested, iPhone Madness offers some good quality earbuds for you that you can just add like 1,500 pesos. But for me, I already got mine. Let's see how fast it connects. Oh, sorry, long press. Okay, I'm gonna turn them on. I forgot to turn them on. Okay. Okay, that's on. Okay, so just about like that. Maybe a couple of seconds, maybe 3 seconds, it connects immediately to the Bluetooth, and it is always connected to my smartwatch. All of these products are gonna be reviewed in the next videos. So that's the connectivity test. And now, even after that, if you're still not convinced about this shop, we're gonna do it another step further. It's gonna be the IMEI test. But I'm gonna go to a website called IMEI 24. This site takes a while to load. I've done this before, so I'm gonna show it to you. The IMEI is legit. We're gonna check all these boxes. We're gonna see the details. It's 15 digits, serial number. iPhone 6s capacity is legit 128 gig, so that's very good. Space gray, so that means it is what it is. It was never changed from the color that it was. Model is iPhone 6s. The network is GSM, CDMA, and LTE. So replaced? No. So that right there tells you that it has no replaced parts like what they're saying on their description. Activated, yes. Okay, so with all that being said, here are my final thoughts. Yes, it is a great value smartphone. It is very affordable, but you gotta find a legit shop to make sure that your model is in a good condition. So for me, in my experience, I've used this iPhone for almost a month. It is amazing, it is fast, it captures great quality videos and photos, and when I hold it, it's just so buttery, so smooth. So I definitely recommend this shop, 5 out of 5 stars. So if you want to buy an iPhone like mine for an affordable price and great freebies and all of that, you can go ahead to their FB page, which in my opinion is the easiest way you can contact them. And if you want to order via Shopee or Lazada, if that's what you want to go, you can go ahead to my links in the description. I'm gonna put them all there for you to order your iPhone today. They are called the iPhone Madness. They have all bunch of models. They're made by Camille Bayan, legit seller since 2009. To the owner, I'm sorry it took a while. I really wanted to make sure the quality is amazing. And if in any way this video helped you out to decide whether to buy an iPhone 6s or it just gave you good value information, please click that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna do reviews like this every week. This has been the first episode of RAFAELANTIHERO Reviews. Tune into my channel, click that bell to be notified for the next episode. And also subscribe to my girlfriend's channel. This is RAFAELANTIHERO. See you guys in the next video.